Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. Next up is a Rampage. Now, this Rampage is pretty tough. It's located right here, kind of behind one of these intersections of corners in the area of the game near our safe house on this third island. So this mission is tough. Oh my gosh, I'm already getting wrecked here. Because we have to get a bunch of headshots with a weapon that isn't all that accurate. So what I like to do is hop over here behind the protection of this wall and keeping an eye on my health. If anybody makes their way in here, then I focus on them first. And I'm down to 33. Oh, 2 for 1 there. That's pretty sweet. So again, focusing on headshots. If you kill them and it's not a headshot, it doesn't count. And I'm still looking at my health as it deteriorates here. We'll back up a little bit. I think my aim from farther back is better than theirs. So we got 6 left. So one reason I like this area is that it's protected by the walls. Another reason is that there's a heart right there. So if we end up getting low on health, then we use that heart. I think I was probably a little bit more aggressive here than I needed to be in terms of being close to them. I probably should have been farther away. I might not have gotten hurt as bad. But anyway, that is mission passed. That's a tough one. I had trouble finding a good strategy for that one. But I think I come up with something that's okay there. Pretty safe on a tough Rampage. All right, next up, Toyminator. All right, so we're just going to steal any car. It's a short drive up to this RC car van type thing. So we're going to go past our safe house just because I don't have any armor at the moment because I got wrecked on that last Rampage. We're going to come in here and grab our armor and grab the other weapons too, but we really don't need weapons at this point in the game. I mean, shouldn't say that. We need weapons, but we have enough ammo of like every kind for what we have left in this game. So we continue past our safe house and over here to that van with the big blue arrow on it. All right, so this mission involves destroying 3 specific secure cars, and they typically take the same routes, but it's really hard in this mission to know where they are because of that stinking mini-map that isn't clickable. Like if you could click it and pull up the whole map, then you could plan a route to where these guys are, but you can't. Thank you, Rockstar. All right, but I've come up with what I think is a pretty good technique. So the first thing is we're going to drive straight off this cliff. The little remote-controlled vehicle will always flip onto its wheels, so you don't need to worry about flipping it and not recovering it. And then we're going to make a right up this hill, and you can see on the little mini-map those dots, but the dots are just like not enough information to know where the dots are. But I think that all the time one of the dots is right up here. And so this is the first place that I come. Now you just want to make sure you avoid other traffic, like you don't want to accidentally blow up another vehicle, because that would be wrong to kill them, but mostly because you don't want to lose your blowing up car, your little RC car here. Okay, so you just click the button when you're near it. If you can run into the wheels, that's even better. But as long as you're close enough, you get credit for it. And then you hop over that ramp up here and you make a right. Now, usually they're not coming up this hill, at least in my experience. So usually I make a right going the opposite direction from where I'm going here. And I just drive down, and they're down there somewhere, and it's easy enough to find them. Like the roads down there are connected, and it's straightforward. You just follow the path, and then you blow them up. And then the third one is up here. Now there's a couple of different routes that they can take. I haven't memorized them. I just drive up the curvy road, and then at the end of the curvy road, I make a left, and then I just head towards the dot. And I don't usually have any trouble finding them. But my goodness, so like, this mission is pretty easy if you have a good strategy, and I think the strategy that I use here is good. But man, just casually, it's just so hard. You just spend like minutes driving around trying to find these dots, and it's just crazy hard to know where they are because it's just dots, kind of projected on an insufficient map. All right. Again, don't run into random other traffic. All right, so I think they're coming out at this intersection up here. So maybe we'll get near them and then kablooey, mission passed. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward if you know what you're doing. Otherwise, it can be very frustrating. There's no time limit, so you might think, oh, it's easy, it doesn't matter. But you can just spend so much time spinning your wheels, like literally spinning your RC car wheels, and it's just tough. Okay, this is my one and only safety save in the entire game. So I'm not going to use my quick save program, but I'm going to save like for real. So we'll save right there. Because this mission, things can go horribly wrong, like not in the standard GTA way, but in the you explode and die way. Okay, so we're going to slash that thing. We're going to head down here. There's a bunch of OM things you can read there. Those are just hints to me for what to do on this mission, but I'll describe what we're supposed to do on the mission. First thing is to start the mission, which is right down here at the red phone. Okay, and the premise of this mission is that there is a vehicle that has been armed with a bomb. And it's not one of the cool ones where we did the arming and we're going to blow up a bad guy. But it's one where one of our friends, or at least somebody who's paying us, has had their vehicle armed with a bomb. And so they need us to get the bomb out of there. And the way we do that is to take this vehicle and drive it all the way back to 8 Balls on the very first island, Portland Island. The problem is that it's been rigged with a bomb, and so if it sustains too much damage, then the bomb goes off and blows up the car and us inside of it. And so there's the detonation meter, and it is very easy to go from no damage to 100% damage. So be very, very careful. All right, so here's my first strategy. All right, so it says drive carefully in both directions. Yeah, all right, so we slowly drive down this hill. Can't see anything, but just take it slow. By the safe house. Now we're going to drive carefully in both directions. So you're going to see the most cautious drive of this entire video series right here. Really take it like a, kind of like a Sunday drive, like you're just out enjoying the day, the sights and sounds of this lovely tunnel. So if you can manage to make this trip and the return trip without sustaining any damage to the car, then you can save a trip to a pay and spray, which might save like a good minute. But I've only managed to do that once in the many times I've done this mission. So really, that's like the idealized goal. But for me, anyway, it's not a goal that's really attainable all that often. Although we haven't taken any damage yet, so that's cool. But know that every time you pass one of these cars, they could plow into you, which number one will almost certainly damage your vehicle, which I just did on my own there without any of the cars. But number two, they honestly could cause your damage meter, your detonation meter, to go from 0 to 100 if they plow you into another car or into the kind of sidewalk thing, the curb there. Okay, a little bit tougher a little easier as we get out of the tunnel, because now we've got 4 lanes to play with, but still it is quite possible to blow up your vehicle here, so be quite careful at each of the intersections. So there's a major one there. We're going to go left on the second intersection. You could go up the first one if you want. Another intersection here, and then this is kind of like the last major intersection, so looking out for cars turning left in front of me. Fortunately, the Mafia do not shoot at you in this mission. I don't know that it would be near impossible to get up here without getting your vehicle blown up if the Mafia were shooting at you. So believe it or not, I have failed at this point by smacking into that garage door. Okay, so now there's no detonation meter, which is great because the car has been unrigged. Is that a word? Also, I said we were going to 8 Balls. That's not exactly right. It's near 8 Balls, but that was not 8 Balls. My bad. Okay, so now we're going to make it back to the third island. We're going to take the tunnel. So right back the way we came. You can see the little hint on my timing program there. It says after defusing the bomb, I don't know if that's the right word, take the tunnel to the airport exit. And the reason we take it to the airport exit is because that's where the pay and spray is located. It's in Pikes Creek, and the airport exit is better for us than taking us all the way to the end by the safe house where we got into this tunnel. So it's not the first left. That takes you to the second island, Staunton, but it's the second left. Now, even though there's no detonation meter anymore, this is an Infernus, and Infernuses like to catch fire. And so you don't want to take too much damage here, because if your Infernus catches fire, even though you might have time to get out and run away and not blow yourself up, if the Infernus blows up, you fail the mission. And that is a problem. So we're going to take the second left and bring it to the pay and spray. So here's the sign for the airport. We take that left, still driving carefully. And notice that the paint sprays are not marked on the mini map, and almost certainly you're going to require a paint spray. So notice how carefully I'm driving here. It was kind of blind there. I couldn't see anything in front of me, so just driving slow. Sunday drive. I don't know why the paint sprays aren't marked. I suspect it was just an oversight on the programmer's part, because you need to go to the paint spray unless you manage to make both of these trips, the out and the back, without any damage, and that is quite unlikely to do. So you have to know where the paint spray is. Now you could use the paint spray on either the first or second island, that would be all right, but then you still have to make the trip all the way back to the drop-off spot without sustaining any damage. And if you get more damage, you got to make another trip to a paint spray. So the best strategy is to use the paint spray on this third island. It is right before this major intersection up here. So it's this thing on my left. So here's the major intersection. And we head right up here. Again, unmarked. So you got to know where it is. And then careful not to plow into this thing and damage your car too much that it catches on fire. Now don't back up immediately, because you can scrape your roof and then it'll say your car is damaged. Bring it back to a paint spray, and then you go back in. And that's just silly. Okay, more very careful driving here, because any damage and you got to make the trip back to the paint spray, which is a time loss. So being very careful as I get up to here to the intersection of the curvy road. We'll take it all the way back down. I think there's gang members that still shoot at you here on this road, but I don't know. I think only one time they've damaged my car enough that I had to paint spray it. So not really anything to worry about. Don't drive fast because you're trying to get away from these guys shooting at you. Okay, slight shortcut here. You can just go back the way that we, the way that we would normally go around, but if you're careful and don't run into the wall like I just did there, and then again, don't smack into this brick wall in front of us here, you get out and you pass. I actually should have slashed something there, so let's that one, slash that one, and then rig to blow complete. Okay, cool. So I think that is a good place to end this video. Actually, let me drive to the next location first. So unfortunately, you can't get back into that cheetah. It's locked. So just take some other car. It's not that long of a drive here. But if you see a sports car on the way on this drive, then grab it, because we are going to want a sports car after the next couple of... Wait a second. Right here. Gripped? No. Scratch that. This is not the time to grab the sports car. It's another time when we're going back here. I think it's Rumble is when we want a sports car. So don't worry about sports cars here. Short drive to this area. Don't drive fast here, because you can just drive straight into the water. It takes longer to come to a stop here on the grass and dirt. And I have died over there by just plowing into the water, which is a problem. Okay, so I think this is a good place. Actually, let me grab this package here. So right by these picnic tables, we'll grab the 80th package. Notice that we get another weapon added to our arsenal at the safe house, and in the timing program it says 80. So that confirms that we're on track. And so the next mission in the next video is going to be this off-road gripped mission right here. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.